me up, 'cause I'm such a junkie. Every day all I want is more. So entertain me right now. So entertain me right now.
Hello. Welcome to the Pop Culture Junkie Podcast. I am your host, Hayley the Brave, along with my fellow junkies,
Nicole,
Shauna,
and we will be talking about artificial intelligence. But before we do, how the heck are you, junkies?
I am pretty dang good. Had a birthday earlier this month.
Woo woo!
Yeah, woo! It was the 13th anniversary of my 21st birthday. So a pretty big deal. Definitely got a drag queen party bus. It was amazing. And yeah, just,
nice.
Real innocent things from, we played a lot of checkers that night. We drank a lot of apple juice. It's just, yeah.
That was my birthday party, Shauna.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Okay.
You're mixing it up.
How are you guys?
doing good. Tired, but that'll pass. But doing good.
What else is new?
Yeah, exactly.
With, the sleeping that we're all going to do in a couple hours.
Well, yeah, been been busy. Barely had time to watch stuff past couple weeks. So I'm dying to hear from you guys. What have you been watching or listening to that you can review for all of our fans?
Oh, man. Okay. I feel like I'm in the same boat. I feel like everything that I'm watching right now, The Last of Us, obviously, week to week, still consistently good. And then I'm finishing up an anime that my husband and I started watching like 12 years ago. And it's called Bleach. And I had never finished it. And they just recently released a new season after years and years of waiting. So I'm trying to get caught up on that. But we did get to watch a movie. Andrew and I watched You People on Netflix. It has Jonah Hill, Lauren London, Eddie Murphy, and, oh my gosh, what's her name? Julia Louis-Dreyfus in it. I had some mixed feelings about it. So on one hand, it reminded me of an old movie called Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and then it was remade called Guess Who. So it's a lot about like an interracial couple. They fall in love. They're introducing each other to their parents and their parents to each other, and just kind of the shenanigans that ensue with that. And I do think that there was some really genuinely funny moments. I mean, Eddie Murphy and Jonah Hill are hilarious. Lauren London's great. She's just gorgeous in it. But also, it was a little over the top in parts where I'm like, this is not how people just speak and interact with each other. Like, overly cringy, those moments where you're just like, please stop talking, please stop talking. Oh my God, this is so awkward and so cringy. Especially with Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character, who is just this over-the-top white woman who tries way too hard and comes off super tone-deaf when it comes to trying to relate to her Black future daughter-in-law. So I did think that it had some important parts and that it, speaks to race relations and what it's like to be in an interracial couple. But at the same part, there were some like super over-the-top cringy parts that I thought were a little, I don't know, unrealistic. So, a little lukewarm, yeah.
I've seen a few clips from that movie, kind of like whatever, going viral online with David Duchovny talking about Exhibit having braids and then him singing John Legend on the piano. Those both were pretty funny.
Yeah, they're pretty funny. There are definitely some moments where you're like, I know some really cringy white people like that who would absolutely make assholes out of themselves in these situations. But then others, like they're at their wedding rehearsal and people are giving toasts. And every single toast that is made is just super rude and like over the top. And I'm like, really? Not a single person can make a decent toast at this wedding. That's just unrealistic. I don't know. But yeah, I do think that overall it was worth the watch. That is on Netflix.
Nice. What about you, Nicole?
I've watched a couple things. They're both on Peacock. They both have to do with NASCAR because the NASCAR season is coming up. But the first one I watched, it's just called Chase. And it's after Chase Elliott, who is my favorite driver, which I've mentioned in previous episodes. And he has like a sit-down conversation with Dale Earnhardt Jr., who is a very famous NASCAR driver who is retired. And they go around his hometown of Dawsonville, Georgia, kind of see where he grew up, where he got his start and everything. And Chase's father is Bill Elliott. He was a famous NASCAR driver, so he grew up in the NASCAR family. Kind of already knew everything about the sport, but he talks about how he wanted to make a name for himself and not be considered Bill Elliott's son. He just wanted to be known as Chase Elliott. And he's definitely done that. He's been voted the most popular driver in NASCAR for the past 5 years. So it's just really cool to see how he was younger into the sport, how he was following his father's footsteps and then made a name for himself. There's a little burger joint, I guess, in Dawsonville. And every time Chase wins a race, they'll play the siren, and they call it the siren in Georgia because their accent is really funny. They call it the siren, and every time he wins, they blow it off, and it's really cool. So yeah, I really enjoy it because he's my favorite driver, so it was cool seeing his background and everything like that. And then also, little side note, he is a pilot. He has his pilot license, so he like flies.
That's impressive.
He lives in Georgia, and his car team is in North Carolina, which is where NASCAR is basically based. That's where the Hall of Fame is. So he will fly himself to and from Georgia to North Carolina to like get himself to there, and sometimes he'll fly himself to the races and stuff. I'm just like, dang, that's pretty cool.
Take that, Frankie Muniz.
Yeah. And then another thing I've been watching that's NASCAR related, it's called Lost Speedways. And it's, again, Dale Earnhardt Jr. He teams up with one of his best friends, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. maps out on a map of the United States a bunch of different speedways, racetracks that have been abandoned and no longer in use. So he'll send his friend Matt out to these racetracks, kind of explore the history of it. He'll bring in either former drivers, former owners of the racetrack, people who have been affiliated with the racetrack in some way, shape, or form, to talk about the history, artifacts that are left behind in the places that they visit. And Earnhardt will go out and visit some of the locations as well. But it's really cool because I obviously didn't really get started into the sport until like a few years ago, but it's really cool to see these previous racetracks and the history behind them and the danger that was actually behind this. But there was one, the cars did not have seatbelts, and it was like it looked like a go-kart type vehicle, so it wasn't even like an actual race car that you see nowadays, had no hood covering over you. So they were just in the wide open, and sometimes when the cars would turn, they would hit a tree, and like the drivers would go head first out of the thing.
No big deal,
been death. Yeah, there's been deaths and everything, but again, it's really interesting to see like the history behind the sport. I know it's a little nerdy, but I enjoy it.
Nerdy on Pop Culture Junkie podcast. That's absurd, Nicole. Uncalled for.
Do they ever drive on the abandoned like tracks?
No, there's like grass and stuff. I mean, sometimes they will. I mean, it's really cool because NASCAR started out as a beach type thing. So like the cars would literally drive down Daytona Beach in the sand.
Like on Cars.
Yeah.
Cars 3 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
would do
Cars
that.
3 totally saw it.
Dude, Cars 3 is underrated. Can we talk about it for a second?
I heard
it's the only knowledge of NASCAR that I have.
Man.
What? Cars 3 is like probably my favorite one.
I bet you if I looked up the Rotten Tomatoes score for Cars 3 right now, it would not be good, Haley.
Rotten Tomatoes is not a reliable source of information.
So
Haley's a reliable source.
The thermometer.
I cried during Cars 3.
What? They're
A
cars.
girl driver like steps up and takes over, and Lightning has to deal with the fact that he's like old.
Wait. Cars 3 has a 69%. Nice. Nice. Okay, wait, what's Cars 2 got? I heard
Cars 2 sucks, actually.
One of them had to have sucked, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people hated Cars 3, but they hated it because they were incels and they didn't like the female car.
Cars 2 has a 39%. That's bad.
That's funny. Life is a highway.
And I'm going to drive it all night long.
All night long.
Hey, I'll be NASCAR fans when we go to the race in March.
Yes.
I just want to dress mildly slutty and drink beer.
I'm screaming. The looks you will get, but I will support.
Taller than him.
Yeah, right.
Mildly slutty.
Hey, I'm not judging. I support.
I actually really like all that crap with like abandoned stuff. I watch all sorts of stuff on YouTube with like, my husband's really into that. It's called urban exploration. They go out and find like abandoned buildings and theme parks and stuff.
Ooh, abandoned theme park stuff is cool.
It's
Shit's so
spooky. I love it.
Yeah.
It's spooky. I don't necessarily love, my husband has taken me out on like some adventures exploring things on Route 66, speaking of cars, that are abandoned. And I don't totally love walking into abandoned buildings and structures, A, because I feel like they're going to collapse on me, and B, you just don't know like what like meth head is chilling in there.
You're going to get like asbestos poisoning or something. Is that a thing?
My husband is
Asbestos
fearless
poisoning?
though. Yeah, he's fearless. He'll like put a bandana around his face, you know, and walk in like he owns the joint. It's crazy. I watched a couple weeks ago now, but let's talk about Pedro Pascal on Saturday Night Live real quick.
Oh my God, he was so good.
It was really good. And
He was so good.
I don't know, like SNL is so hit or miss. I feel like they brought their A game for Pedro Pascal's episode. And I have watched the teacher fan cam skit.
I was just about to say that. That is the best one. I was dying.
It is
Because
so
you
funny
ate it up and left no crumbs. You have your foot on our necks, Daddy.
We don't do it every day, only when you give us life. Yeah, I think I liked it, A, because I'm a teacher, so obviously that's funny. B, it reminded me of the Jason Sudeikis sketch where he's a teacher and he's like a sexy daddy teacher.
Ooh, I haven't seen
And
that
then
one.
C, because fans do that. They make all these Pedro Pascal fan cams, and it was like his way of like acknowledging that he knows what we do.
I have watched so many Pedro Pascal fan cams, and my husband was like, I don't know what that is. And I was like, no, I've watched these for James Marsters, Pedro Pascal. I've seen Rahul Kohli fan cams. It's a thing.
Yeah. It's my favorite part of the internet, to be honest.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Somebody please make a fan cam of us. Oh my God.
Oh, sparkly and glittery. Yeah, so that was great. And then you want to talk about being nerdy, Nicole. I took my daughter to go see the BTS Yet to Come concert in cinemas.
Was it good?
So, yeah, it was really good. So, I like BTS, first of all. Like, just I'll come clean. Like, I like BTS. I'm not like a big time stan or anything, but like I like them. And this is probably the closest I'll ever get to actually going to a BTS concert because the tickets are like $18 million.
Jeez.
But they just signed up to do their like mandatory military service in Korea. So they're going on hiatus for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
So this was like their way of, they filmed this concert in Korea and it was like their way of kind of saying goodbye for now.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Like Elvis.
Yeah, a lot like Elvis. And it was good. What was really fun about it, the theater was full of BTS fans. BTS fans, they call themselves ARMY. And they are like very friendly and welcoming. And like one gal had brought like photo cards and stickers and she was passing them out to everybody.
Aww.
And everybody was singing along and clapping as if they were at the concert.
That's
like at
so
one point we got up
cute.
and we were just like dancing in the aisles. Honestly, I feel like every movie experience should be like this. It was so interactive and fun that I would like hands down, I don't even care. I don't even care what the band is. I don't even have to like them. Put Nickelback in theaters and surround me by a bunch of people who really love them and it would be a good time.
Nickelback has been low-key kind of funny on social media lately.
Really?
Like, I watched some TikTok that they starred in where this girl is trying to teach them some TikTok dance. And then at the end, they just break into, look at this photograph. Like, they seem to be kind of making fun of themselves, and I'm here for it.
Nice. So yeah, I'll pop that too. Like, you know, I guess if anybody is into K-pop, they've already seen it though. Let's be real. But
You're going to K-pop that?
K-pop. I see what you did. I don't know how much you guys know, about
Everything.
all this. I don't know how much you know about all things.
Everything.
Oh, good. So teach us a little bit about artificial intelligence and how it's taking over the world.
So I did download the Lensa app. I did not post them because I thought it was cringe. Sorry, everybody.
Oh, that's the AI art thing, right?
Yes, that's that thing that everyone was posting in like the beginning of January where it made that like art that looked like you. None of mine looked like me, which is another
Oh, mine
reason I
looked
didn't
like
post it.
me.
Did they? Was it cool?
I did it on TikTok. And because TikTok had a filter of it, and TikTok does an incredible job. Let me tell you, I will pop that on TikTok.
It's like, let me tell you guys, I'm popping TikTok. You heard it here first. TikTok is a worthy download.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, that's actually very close to what I look like.
Well, now that company has your face data, and they have mine too.
yeah, it's okay. Who doesn't at this point?
That's true, I guess.
I went to download that, but then it cost money. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. And then I saw everybody slamming it, saying that basically the way that stuff is generated is by like stealing art from existing artists and then generating it. So it's an interesting time to be alive when robots can just steal art and pass it off as their own.
Yeah, it's been really odd. Like, I've been seeing a lot of Instagram art accounts, if that's what you want to call it. And some of these pictures are incredible. And you don't know at first glance that it's AI. Like, I saw somebody who was trying to pass off, leaked photos of Lady Gaga from the set of Joker 2 in her Harley Quinn outfit. And like, I mean, I know my girl, so I knew that's not real. But they were really good. And I've seen one that was like, if Disneyland was goth and just Alice in Wonderland theme, blah, blah, blah. You can always tell by looking at their hands. They always give them like 6 fingers for some reason. But yeah, I have heard that about the stealing art too, and that they just, I mean, none of these artists that they're pulling from for this Lensa app, for example, get compensated for their art being stolen, or at least, I don't know, borrowed bits from, or whatever you want to say.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting too because there are a lot of different sources now, the open AI they call it, where you can just put in a request and it will generate something for you. I know as a teacher, this has been a hot topic of conversation because students are asking AI to write their essays and do their assignments for them.
What?
And unlike in the past where maybe if they copy something from the internet, it can run through a plagiarism checker and it'll get flagged.
Yeah.
This AI stuff, it won't get flagged. So it's hard for us as teachers to know if kids are actually creating it or not. And I had a kid today tell me he's in a coding class where they have to like create little games. And he went to it and asked the AI to code a game for him, and it did. It generated the code.
That's insane.
Wow.
I did not know that it could do something like that. So, like, if you read an AI-generated report, does it make sense? I would think that some of it would be jumbly and dumb, and you'd be like, this doesn't sound like an actual human wrote this.
Yeah. I mean, so far, like, because I decided to experiment with it a little bit because I wanted to know exactly what you're saying. Like, what does it sound like? And would I be able to recognize it? And one of the first things that I had it do was write fan fiction for Olivia Benson and Elliot Stabler, because of course I did. Right?
Obviously.
But what was crazy about it, and I actually posted it on the Pop Culture Junkie Facebook page, so everybody needs to go there so they can go read it. But one of the crazy things about it was that, like, it crafted this story that made sense in the Law & Order SVU universe. Like, everything fit within it, like, even the characterization. Like it had one part where it was like, Elliot told Olivia first how he felt, and then she confessed her feelings too. And literally in the show, like, that's how it's playing out, was he's like the first one to say something. So it was a little trippy. I'm going to be
That's weird. I wonder if, like, students do it for essays and stuff, though. I mean, obviously, it won't be able to cite your sources for you. And, I mean, is it going to put it in AP format? Like that, But that's trippy, dude. I don't like it.
And it like Nicole with like trying to get into like journalism. I mean, do you ever think about that just becoming obsolete because the robots will write all the news articles? You know what I mean?
I guess, yeah, I would be, because it'd be taking away jobs for people who paid thousands of dollars to do this professionally for a living and know how to cite sources, stuff like that, fact check. That's a huge thing that a lot of people don't do. So I don't know if the AI generated stuff would fact check or if it kind of just go off of popular information off the internet, which isn't always true.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, I'd be concerned if that's how things started to go, because I just don't know if it'd be completely accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to be some like fear mongerer and like think, oh, the robots are going to take over the world. Like, I do think that there's a lot of things that these can probably be helpful with. And obviously, I mean, any advancement in technology is going to come with its pros and its cons. There's probably, I mean, I'm trying to think of good things for AI. I'm sure there's some.
Yeah, I mean, like, there are tools that are useful. Like, I mean, think about with us when we were in school, right? And how we could use, like, citation generators, like easybib.com or something like that. Whereas before our time, you had to study MLA format and know exactly how to do all that stuff. So, like, there's always been, I guess, some fear of, oh, well, now what are we going to do? Because this has been automated. But I do think I was reading this article on medium.com, and it was basically saying that creativity, like human creativity, still can't be threatened because the only thing that AI can do is mimic existing creativity. So if you're creating something new, like AI is never going to actually be able to create anything new. They're only going to be able to repeat or remix things that have already existed.
Yeah, absolutely. I pulled up an article, Why is AI Good? And it has some reasons. It has and will continue to enhance automation, help eliminate the necessity for humans to perform tedious tasks, improves weather forecasting. That's kind of cool. Ooh, next generation disaster response. That's kind of sick. Weaponry. Oh, God. I'm going to skip that one. AI never sleeps. Humans need to eat, sleep, and rest. Machines do not. Oh, my God. None of this is making me feel better.
That's so funny.
Have you guys been into like a renovated Taco Bell or McDonald's lately? They don't have like people taking your order.
You like put it on a little thingy, right? Or a
Beep, 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 beep,
screen.
beep.
God, I want Taco Bell so bad.
Dude, I could crush like 5 burritos right now.
Dude, I might go to Taco Bell after this.
Next recording at Taco Bell?
Bro, you guys want to meet at Taco Bell in like 20 minutes? Yo, bro, listen.
Baja Blast, dude, it's going to be a Baja Blast.
We got to wrap this up so we can go to Taco Bell. Come on.
The Taco Bell Cantina.
Dude, the Taco Bell Cantina slaps. You can get tequila or vodka in your Baja Blast. I'm going to Taco Bell drunk anyway. I might as well keep the buzz going once I get there.
We would like Taco Bell to sponsor this podcast. That would be amazing. I would eat Taco Bell during every episode.
We could do ASMR of like crunching into the taco. Like,
that is actually kind of disgusting.
Putting the sauce on the taco. Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, see, now what I want to do is I want to go to the OpenAI and have them write a script of us at Taco Bell.
Oh my God.
it.
Let's do
And
that
what
next.
that would be like.
Can that script be in our Patreon?
Ooh.
We read it for our
Yum,
Patreon
yum,
viewers.
yum.
For our exclusive Taco Bell.
Lovers. The-
Are we making it sexy, Taco Bell?
Ooh, yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
This burrito
Is there
so
any other?
big.
Who's hotter, the Diablo sauce or the pop culture junkies? Anyways, going back to AI.
I'm sure I can fit it all in.
oh my God.
When we were talking about like high school and AI generated and stuff like that, and how you said one of your students can have his code for his game just generated for him, I was going back and thinking, I remember there was this website called Type My Essay or something along those lines, and you would put in the topic of your essay that you were trying to write. You would just tap on your keyboard on your computer, whatever. You could press the letter R for 200 times, and it would literally write an essay out for you of that topic.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, I've never used it out there. Whoever's listening, I've never used it because honestly,
academically honest.
it honestly comes out to a point where it's like gibberish. And I also thought, I'm like, well, if someone else used this, then like, obviously it's going to be word for word.
Dude,
But obviously,
no.
like, I messed with it just to see what would happen. Again, never used it, but it's interesting to see how you could just put in the topic and it will write a full-on essay for you.
That's bonkers, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I have graded some stuff from students that I think have probably been created in a similar way. Like I remember having this girl, she turned in an essay on Hamlet, but aside from having the characters' names, it had nothing to do with Hamlet. I mean, I don't know what, I have no idea what it was. And I full on asked her and was like, what is this story? Like, where did this come from?
It's an episode of New Girl, and she just switched out the characters' names with like characters
It
from
was
Hamlet.
so weird. It was one of the weirdest experiences ever. And she couldn't tell me where she got it.
Yeah.
So I was like, you're going to redo that.
Yeah.
So it was probably that website. Go figure.
Honestly, at least you're nice enough to let her redo it, not just like give her a straight up F.
Right, or get her like
Yeah, it depends on
expelled
how
or
much I
some
like
shit.
the kid.
That's fair. That's
Fair. No, honestly, fair.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So we have a few AI generated scripts that we had created for us. Do we want to read a couple and see how nonsensical / weirdly sensical they are?
Heck yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Who wants to be the narrator?
Ooh. Okay, I'll be the narrator and myself.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be Nicole. Just kidding. I will be Shauna and Pete Davidson.
Okay.
Perfect. Oh, should I be
So
Nicole
then-
and Beyonce then?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're Nicole and Beyonce.
Okay, yeah. Queen Bee.
Okay, here we go. So our prompt that we gave the AI was write a TV script where the pop culture junkies interview Beyonce on her private jet. Also, Pete Davidson is there. Okay, here we go. Interior, Beyonce's private jet. Day. Shauna, Nicole, and Hayley are sitting on the couch, looking excited and nervous. They are the hosts of Pop Culture Junkie podcast. Shauna, excited.
Oh my God, can you guys believe it? We're on Beyonce's private jet.
Nicole, nervous.
Are you going to read them all?
I want to.
Okay. Okay, go again. Say my name then.
Okay. Nicole,
Say my name.
nervous.
I know. I can't believe it either. Do you think she'll actually talk to us about her new album?
Hayley, calm. Of course she will. She invited us here for a reason. Suddenly, Pete Davidson walks in, looking casual. Pete.
Hey guys, what's up?
Shauna, surprised.
Pete, what are you doing here?
Pete, smiling.
Well, I'm here to see Queen Bee, just like you.
The group chat for a few moments before the door to the cockpit opens and Beyonce walks in, looking stunning. Beyonce, smiling.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming.
Shauna, excited.
Thank you for having us, Beyonce. We're huge fans of your work.
Beyonce, grinning.
Well, thank you. I'm so excited to talk to you all about my new album.
Nicole, eager.
We are so excited to hear all about it. Can you give us a sneak peek?
Beyonce, teasing.
I don't want to give too much away, but it's my most personal work yet. I really poured my heart and soul into it.
Hayley, impressed. That sounds amazing. We can't wait to hear it. Pete, excited.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the tour.
Hold on, sorry.
I have a terrible Pete Davidson.
Your
I'm
Pete
so
voice
sorry.
is awesome. All right. Beyonce, smiling.
Thank you, Pete. I have some surprises in store for the tour, so stay tuned.
Shauna, smiling.
Thank you so much for talking to us, Beyonce. This has been an incredible experience.
Beyonce, grinning.
The pleasure's all mine. I can't wait for the world to hear my new album.
The group chat for a few more minutes before the jet begins to land, signaling the end of the conversation. Shauna, smiling.
Well, it's been a privilege. Thank you again, Beyonce.
Beyonce, smiling.
Thank you. Have a great day.
The group exits the jet, still in disbelief that they just got to talk to one of the biggest names in music. They will never forget this incredible experience. End scene.
I love how I kept being like, no, thank you, Beyonce.
It was so dry.
Oh, God.
Pete Davidson is there.
I like how he's just there.
He's just like, I mean, yeah, I'm here to see Beyonce too. Oh, what the fuck else would I be doing, you guys?
So I don't know if you guys noticed this, but as the narrator, I had to say smiling, grinning, like over and over. It was the only direction.
Eager.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah,
So
great.
it seems like AI is not that creative. Like they're able to generate what we ask it to, but maybe not in the best possible way.
Yeah, like I don't think Beyonce would really say any of those things. But knowing Pete Davidson the way that I do would absolutely talk like that.
What if we give the AI, because that was obviously an unrealistic scenario. So what if we gave it a realistic scenario of something that would in fact actually happen?
Nicole watches a NASCAR game.
A NASCAR game?
Well,
Yeah.
shit.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Who's winning the match?
Who's winning the NASCAR game? Are you winning, son?
Did the car get a touchdown?
I think that car is going to score the most points with the ball in the net.
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh. All right. How about this? Asking OpenAI to write a television script where the pop culture junkies, Hayley, Shauna, and Nicole, play Cards Against Humanity while arguing over who is the biggest zaddy. David Harbour, Pedro Pascal, or Christopher Maloney.
All right. This seems like something that would actually happen.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like it already has, but...
Right? This was literally our holiday party. All right.
Okay, let's see how accurate it is.
Okay, here we go.
All right, who's the narrator this time?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And I think it's just us and a narrator.
Yeah, we don't need to
Yeah.
differentiate between the people.
I don't think like David Harbour actually shows up. Okay.
No.
We see three best friends, Hayley, Shauna, and Nicole, sitting around a coffee table. They are playing Cards Against Humanity, laughing and having a good time. Shauna. You guys are my best friends. Shauna.
Don't have to sound so fake.
You are my best friends. Hayley pours herself a large glass of wine, sits down for an evening of Cards Against Humanity. Sorry, I added that part in. All right. Shauna, excited. All right, ladies, it's time for the most important question of the night. Who is the biggest zaddy? David Harbour, Pedro Pascal, or Christopher Maloney? Shauna, serious. Wow.
You answer your own question.
I did. What do you think, Shauna? Well,
Honestly, typical Shauna, I feel like.
Shauna. Honestly, yeah. I'm like, before I let you guys answer, let me get mine in. Shauna, serious. Definitely Pedro Pascal. He's got that charm and that smile.
That was really serious.
Thank you. Hayley, disagreeing.
No way. David Harbour is the one. He's got that gruff voice and those muscles.
Muscles. Nicole, laughing.
Girls, you're both wrong. Christopher Maloney is the ultimate zaddy. He's got that tough guy look and that sarcastic wit.
Shauna, laughing. Okay. Let's settle this with a game of Cards Against Humanity. The three friends shuffle their decks and begin to play, but they can't help but argue over who the biggest zaddy is.
We can't help it.
I just can't stop. God.
Oh my gosh.
Hayley reading a card.
Why can't I sleep at night?
Shauna playing a card. David Harbour's chest hair. Nicole playing a card.
Pedro Pascal's Colombian accent.
Which, by the way, you guys,
He's
from
Chile.
so
Wow.
come on, robot.
Robots are racist.
Oh my god.
The girls burst into laughter and continue to play, each trying to make a case for their chosen zaddy. Cut to... It didn't say you're laughing yet, Nicole.
Well, it says we burst into laughter.
Oh,
it
you're right.
does.
You're right. Okay, I'm sorry. Cut to...
Oh.
Cut to Shauna reading a card. I never truly understood blank until I entered my 30s. Nicole playing a card.
The rugged charm of Christopher Maloney.
Haley playing a card.
The strength of David Harbour's biceps.
Does he even
Dang,
have that
you-
big
I was
of
like-
He goes from being like really huge to really skinny. I don't know where they're getting. I'm sure he's a strong dude.
Yeah, I'm sure he's super strong. Okay. The girls continue to play, but the argument never truly ends. Their friendship slowly devolves over time as they are never able to truly put this argument to rest. Years from now, they would meet again in a darkened
At
grocery
Taco Bell.
store. At a darkened Years later, they would meet in a darkened Taco Bell, but only two of them would come out alive. Fade to black, the end.
Oh my gosh, that was good.
All right, the last part was creative human thinking.
That was good.
Good job. That was better than
Oh
AI.
man, that was. It added the personal touch.
I
Yeah.
think so. That was pretty funny, though. That was pretty good. Except
was
for
good.
Shauna asked the group. Shauna responded.
I love that. Who do you think? Definitely Pedro.
And I went from being excited to serious very quickly.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Well, here's what we learned. AI is not as creative as us. It's also low-key racist. And ultimately will never match up to the brilliance of the human mind.
But it's pretty funny.
And the ultimate zaddy is Christopher Maloney.
Pedro Pascal, for sure.
Fighting words.
I'll meet you at the Taco Bell.
Taco Bell tonight.
Bean and cheese burritos are being thrown across the restaurant.
Oh, man, I'm so hungry.
So, the funny thing about that is like I'd choose all of them. So
Honestly,
I couldn't win.
A zaddy sandwich. Or there's
Dude,
three of
could you
them,
imagine if
so-
they were all in like a project together?
No.
Yeah.
Brain would explode.
Leaving no crumbs.
Leaving no crumbs in the Taco Bell. Ladies, it's been real and it's been artificial. Before we go, let's let all of our fans know where they can find us. Where can they find you guys?
You can find me, Nicole, on Instagram and TikTok at Nicole_Eldridge and on Twitter at NAEldridge14.
I like your Colombian accent.
Thank you.
From Chile. You can find me, Shauna, at Shauna Trinidad on Instagram and TikTok at Shauna Trinidad, SHAUNATRINIDAD.
Interior Internet. You can find Hayley on Instagram at 30nerdythriving and find all of us at popculturejunkie.com. Check out more of our stupid AI-generated topics on our Pop Culture Junkie Facebook page and in the Pop Culture Junkie support group. And as always, join our Patreon, support us, help us continue to bring this fire sauce kind of content to you on a bi-weekly basis. Thank you guys for listening. Be sure to tune in next time for another hit of pop culture.
Pop Culture Junkie is a production of Pop Culture Entertainment Group.